Hello guys, it's NautoAise. So, if you're following Idea Factory International's YouTube, they uploaded their latest video. It's basically the opening for one of their latest games that's going to come out in the US, and that is Dragon of the Varnir. And this game's actually been out in Japan like in October, but like I said before, I'm just going to say it again. When ID Factory or some of the company they do localization, it does take a long time. It's not just worldwide. Not every company can do that. But that's a different story there. But the bottom line is, they showed an opening trailer, the opening for Dragon of Varnir. It's pretty good. The music's cool. You know, very interesting intro, anime intro. Thumbs up. So with that, in the end, there was a new revelation, and that is, it's basically now says summer of 2019. Yes, you heard me right. Summer of 2019. Yes, on the press event that took place on November 2018, Idea Factory International did say that the planned release for Dragon of the Varnir was spring of 2019. So that'd be, like I said, well, as of right of this recording, the beginning of April all the way to the end of May. Unfortunately, now it's gonna be summer, so that's gonna be the earliest, is to some extent of the beginning of June all the way to the end of August. So is it a bad thing or a good thing? Well, I said before and I said it again, everybody been saying this, is as Shigeru Miyamoto said this, and I know I'm repeating about this is very important when it comes to delay. A delay is good, a bad game will always be bad. The reason why there's always delay is most of the time is to improve the game, polish the game, to make sure there's no bugs, and that when you buy this game for $60 retail price, you have a good experience. There have been games with bad experience. Of course, if you remember, Assassin's Creed Unity, Street Fighter V, the original one from 2016, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and some other games. I really can't. Those are the only games that pops in my head. Apologies, but you get the idea there. So they probably want to make sure that when it comes out, it's going to be good. The writing is good. There's no missing text. I mean, if you remember, I did call out Atos at one point on Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. One of the texts was actually left in Japanese. Atlas did admit they made a mistake. They kind of missed it. They fixed it via update, but it's still minor. It may be. You cannot just foreshadowing or basically like overshadow it. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. You can't overshadow it. Say, oh, whoops. Well, we have an update, but again, localizing stuff. You know, it's not that easy peasy. So back to Dragon of the Varnir. Yes. So like I said, if it's summer 2019, then that means it's going to be probably as late as August 2019. And like for people who are anticipating this game, or you're just a super fan of Idea Factory games, I need my Idea Factory RPG game. I kind of feel for you, but there are other games that's coming out, believe it or not. And in my previous video, you've been noticing Moray Chronicles Hyper for the Switch. So I'm gonna guess that's their next project. They're focused on releasing it. You might say, well, I don't have a Switch, I just have a PS4. Well, again, I feel for you, but Idea Factory is a third-party company, so they are releasing some games, but they can't release multiple games in the same day. They're not Nintendo. So I'm guessing their next one they're doing is Moray Chronicles Hyper. And of course, another announcement they did was Death and Request now also will be Steam this spring. Again, same goes, probably the beginning of April. Probably going to be at May. So the question there is, okay, now, if Dragon of the Varnir is summer 2019, what's going to happen with Arc of the Alchemist and Date-A-Live Rio Incarnation? Well, this is just my guess, so I don't know if it's true or not, but this is my hypothesis. I know it might not be good, people might not be happy with what I'm going to say, but reality is, Idea Factory are not that big. I support them, but they're not that big. I don't know how much they can do localization for multiple games. I don't know how much they can do it. I don't know how many people they work there. I could probably find that out online on Google. But the bottom line is they're not that big. As in their popularity, the people who's working, and whatever position people they have. Let's just say that. So my hypothesis is that Arc of the Alchemist is probably going to be fall And Date-A-Live, Rio Incarnation, it's gonna be somewhere in winter. So Arc of the Alchemy is probably gonna be somewhere in September, October, even November, possibly. And then Date-A-Live, because this game is sold. Granted, it is sold, but it's never been localized outside of Japan. The earliest they probably could bring this is December, which is probably not a good idea because, well, maybe it's a good idea, it depends. Although it's probably going to be 2020. It's going to be 2020, and then, of course, a lot of people are going to say, oh, man, I've been wanting to play this game again. For people who are into it or hype about it, I can understand. But, again, I'm just guessing. Maybe they are doing multiple localization projects. Who knows? Don't forget. There's also that one game that a lot of people, even myself, is anticipating, and I'm waiting for it really hard, and that is Super Neptunia RPG. Yes, another spin of Neptunia that came out already in Japan December 20th as Brave Neptunia, and unfortunately, if you heard that game, well, it didn't really do good. There were a lot of review bombing, and of course, Sony's censorship got attack on it. I mean, like I said, I'm guessing that maybe Neptunia is more popular outside of Japan versus in Japan. Who knows? They'll just have to make a note about it. But the bottom line is, again, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what their plan is. But like I said, it could be after Monterey Chronicle Hyper. Maybe it is going to be Neptunia. Maybe they are focusing on Super Neptunia RPG. Maybe they want to bring that out first somewhere at May. I mean, there have been rumors it's going to be also by the end of June. And then after that, probably in August, is Dragon Star Varnir. And then Arc of the Alchemist, maybe that's fall. And then Date-A-Live, that's going to be winter. And when push comes to shove, it might end up 2020. It might be suck, but again, like I said, a delay of game is good. A bad game will always be a bad game, and nobody really wants that. So another question about it, does the delay have something to do with censorship? In my opinion, my hypothesis, my guess is, I don't think so. I mean, they already stated, it was already been transparent about it that, yeah, two of their CG scene, apparently now, because I did get an email from them that said, two of their CG scene are now, quote unquote, slightly modified. So before that it said modified, now they said slightly modified. I don't know what that means. Slightly means, but again, if you saw my video about Super Neptunia RPG being censored and I compared the two pictures, yeah, I mean, it's not really that bad, but to some extent, it's more of the principle that let creator be creator. Don't hinder what they're doing. As long as it's not hurting society, you should leave them alone. Again, I don't think it has nothing to do with censorship. And even, you see about the censorship, the CG scene was only affected, not the gameplay. There's no effect on the gameplay. There's only one game that can affect the gameplay. That is Mary Skelter 2. That was in Japan. And then in China, there was an update that removed one of the mode. But that is a key point to the game. And they kind of broke the game. And in the case with Senran Kagura, it's just annoying that it's not there. But it doesn't really break the game. I mean, yeah, but the case with Mary Skelter 2, yeah, the one mode, they kind of have to remove it. When they removed it because of a bullshit update, it kind of broke the game, but that's a different story. That's why if you ever wonder why the game's not even out yet outside of Japan, there you go. But in conclusion here, closing this video, yes, Dragon of the Varnir is now summer 2019. Again, could be from between June to August. No one knows what the actual reason is, but my guess is probably the most common thing that a lot of people kind of guess. Needs time to polish the game. Whether they need to add more voice, hopefully, I know, partial dub, maybe better localization, text, because you know what happened with Yisei when it first came out? I heard it was very bad. Or basically, coding and whatever. I mean, but the bottom line is changing the text is not that easy, especially doing voice. Maybe they want to add more voice because, like I said, including myself, I know people kind of show their concern about how Dead and Request basically had a partial dub. It was already been proven. People already complain. I mean, I could just say that if they do need more money, just consider doing crowdfunding, push come to shove. I mean, Concept did it with Mighty Number 9. I mean, I mean, I know I'm gonna sound stupid saying this, but I mean, push comes to shove, a lot of people can understand this. If the money's the problem, hey, I can cheapen $20, $30, $50 if you need voices. I'll support more of the game if you have more voice or English dub. Here, I'll give you $50 tier on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, whatever crowdfunding stuff there. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, so yeah. So like I said, Dragon Star Varnir as of right now is actually slightly delayed, let's just say that, to 2019. And for people who are anticipating this game, once again, I kind of feel for you, but you do gotta keep in mind, Idea Factory they're not that big. You know, they're not that big. They're doing the best they can. I'm not defending them or white knighting them. I'm just understanding. I do understand what I'm trying to say there. I do understand where they're coming from versus, say, Square Enix, Capcom, even Namco Bandai, and Tecmo Koei. They're not that big. They're doing the best they can. I mean, mindfulness is the key there. With that, I'll see you guys later.